You shout out Soda TV too?
Show TV shout out.
Okay.
Soda TV.
Soda TV, what up?
Okay.
Soda TV. Shout out.
Hello, welcome to Soda TV.
What's your name? Whatever it is.
Soda TV. It's Soda TV.
And that he actually had power, that he wasn't just one of a monolithic voice, but he could wrap people around. So there's theories that there's infinite amounts of universe and there's alternate universe. So it's very important for me to get Hoover out, because in an alternate universe, I am him. And I have to go and get him free because he was doing positive inside of Chicago.
Welcome back to Soda TV. Did Ruger, in fact, speak too soon on the GD's anthem about President Donald Trump not freeing Larry Hoover? Did he? Did he? Well, we gonna learn something today, ain't we? You know, thanks to Kanye even going to the lunch with the president, as you seen in the intro. Kanye was disguised like he ain't had nothing to do with the growth and development or GD Nation. No, he a whole GD, man. Kanye, man. Yeah, man, you just gotta watch the whole segment as Kanye brings up Larry Hoover to Donald Trump attention. Donald Trump like, you know, who is this that we're talking about? And he like, this is Larry Hoover, sir. He's a very important man. He like, well, how much time has he done? Man, when they tell Donald Trump how much time Larry Hoover had done, his face had turned sour like some pale fruit, man. Like for real, man. He really it showed him showing real compassion, real feelings, real sentiment towards the subject matter, which was Larry Hoover, man. So I gotta give that to Donald Trump. I gotta give it what credit's due, man. And then Kanye went to land his work down. Look, Larry Hoover, this, that. He's this great thing, man. I am him, you know, in another life. Kanye West went into a whole nother atmosphere. Whatever he did worked, so I ain't gonna criticize it. You know what I'm saying? But all of this time, I was looking at it because Kanye been had this sit down with the president. How long ago? So I thought that this was void, like a void request. I thought that the president had kind of you know, left it on his desk. You know what I'm saying? Hey. But, hey, man, fortunately, the whole time we thought he wasn't doing nothing, he was working his move. How was he doing that? Okay, cool. He couldn't just listen to Kanye with his request for Larry Hoover to be free and do it the same day, because he couldn't do it the same day or the next day or the day after that, because it wouldn't look like it went through its due process. It wouldn't look genuine. It wouldn't look organic. It wouldn't look appeasing to the taxpayer citizens' eyes. You know what I'm saying? Here you got this dude that's been labeled a rug ing pen, you know, who got charges. What kind of charges he got? You know, of course you got racketeering, you know, all type of charges, man. That's just hideous to the a citizen's mind. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Donald Trump had to make it look good. He had to take a little longer, but he was able to get it done in the fashion that, look, I had looked at it today. He said he was not demanding, but it was another word, but basically demanding that Larry Hoover be set free of federal custody, out of federal prison. So if that federal prison was all Larry Hoover had, he would be a free man. Yeah, he is. Donald Trump is saying, let that man go, period. Like, man, real rap, man. But you know, we gonna get into why he can't be let go today, where it goes from here, how long it may take, is he gonna be a free man? What exactly did it help for Donald Trump to do what he did? We're gonna get into that on today's segment. Before we do, I just gotta ask you guys 2 seconds to go ahead and hit that like button. I don't ask you to donate anything, but this allows YouTube to recognize this is a video that needs to be pushed to the masses of people in YouTube world, and it gets my video out there. Also, share this with whoever you can, whenever you can. Especially those of you who are on Facebook, I can really benefit if you put it on Facebook. Subscribe to the channel. If you don't want to do it now, you can surely wait to the end of the video. And just in case you manage to forget, I'll remind you at the end. Last but not least, notification bell. Keep you notified on everything I drop. For doing these things, I'm gonna start doing every 30 days. We're gonna do what's called a 30-day. We're gonna call it like a 30-day cash app or something like that. To whereas if you're doing this, like sharing and subscribing like that, I'm gonna go into see who doing it, and I'm gonna enter you for a cash prize every month. So that's how we gonna be rocking over here. Ain't nobody else rocking like this, and it's something I thought of last night, and that's to show how I'm rocking with y'all, man. So we gonna get into that, but let me stop all my chit chat. So I did my looking into it, and from my aspect and from what I can understand, the president was able to pardon Larry Hoover's federal case, but Larry Hoover had two sets, federal and state, and state charges was, they gave that man that time on the state. But fortunately, there's room for him to breathe, because guess what? Whatever, it don't matter. They gave him hundreds and hundreds of years, but guess what? It's still able to be served via parole. So, he can be paroled out. Maybe this will add a little more light to the matter. So it goes to say Larry Hoover federal life sentences have been commuted by President Trump, of course, right? Larry Hoover, he's 75 years old, man. I didn't know he was that old. Well, I knew he was old because you keep seeing these pictures of him aging and aging and aging. And like it might not hurt y'all as much as it hurt me, because I don't want to get into all that, but it's just crazy, man. But yeah, spent nearly 30 years in solitary confinement in ADX Florence, which is the most restrictive supermax prison in the United States. I believe that's underground. And to be in, not only do 30 years, but in solitary confinement, for those of you who have not did prison time, y'all don't even know how that it feels, man. Like, regular population doing that much time, but solitary confinement, a lot of people go crazy in there for 30 days. Like, for real. I did 30 days in there and I wasn't going crazy, but the food, they feed you different, which is a kind of restrictive. It's kind of minimum. First of all, no commissary, no phone, nothing, none of that extra stuff. No, nothing. And yeah, then you're basically back there with nothing, no one to talk to, and just the small cell. And it's like, man, like, whoa, like, really? Like, yeah. But it goes on to say, despite the pardon of his federal sentence, Hoover is still facing 200 years state for the 1973 murder of Pookie, who was a 19-year-old neighborhood rug dealer in Chicago. So So this is what they're holding him on in the state. This is what we trying to get past so Larry Hoover can be free, right? The counts have demonstrated a complete unwillingness to consider Mr. Hoover's considerable growth and complete rehabilitation. You know, despite the court's unwillingness to do the right thing, Larry Hoover has been able to keep his voice alive through the incredible work of many advocates and supporters. Larry Hoover is expected to be transferred from the notorious Supermax prison in Colorado to a prison in Illinois at some point. So they talking about some now that he's been pardoned, he finna go back to the state at any time now. Great. Thankfully, Mr. Hoover pleas were heard by President Trump, who took action to deliver justice for Larry Hoover. We are thrilled to see that Mr. Hoover will be released from federal custody. These are the basically people in the court speaking and stuff. So that gives some light to like, dang man, what exactly, I just showed y'all what exactly they're holding them for, and I put a name on it. Dang, a name in the situation. Wow. So it was a young dealer in the neighborhood, and they got whacked. Dang. And they tried to put it on the old man. I guarantee Larry didn't even do it or wasn't nowhere around it. They just probably tried to say it probably came from a hit ordered. I bet you. That's crazy, man. Crazy as our HEWL, man. So like I was saying earlier, y'all, do y'all have that same understanding as me? So we understanding that, yeah, they're holding him for a unaliving of this dude, right, Pookie, and they was supposed to have gave him, what was it, 120, 100, whether it was 100, 120, 150, it was somewhere around there, between 100 and 150 years, right? So basically they're saying that his redemption has made him eligible to do this on parole. He's eligible, don't mean they gonna give it to him, but he's eligible, and I think he should get it, right? But okay, so since if he's able to get that, so basically he's going to be doing 100 to 120, 150 years on parole. So he's doing his natural life on parole, basically under high supervision the rest of his life. But I mean, hey, that's better than in there. 1,000% better. So I'm for that. You know, shoot, y'all let me know how y'all feel about this subject matter, man. It's very touchy only to the people who are maybe attached to it, being in the nation or having relatives that's in the nation. But other than that, some people probably like, man, why would I even care for it? Banger. I don't know why Trump would even consider doing this for a thug. Like, what was he thinking? Like, how does this make a world a better place? What does this do for the taxpayers' money? Like, this is how he chooses to spend the taxpayers' money, and you know, so on and so forth. But yeah, man, it's deeper than that, man. A lot of people don't know how. They only put out there how much bad he does. They never have put out there how much schooling he has done himself. You know, I was in a prison, Vienna, I believe. Is that the prison where he was at, where he was doing all his teachings and stuff? Like, countless of people helped them personally get their GEDs personally, you know, out of his own time, all day, helping educate, even out in the world before he went in there, the many positive things that he put in place for that community. You know, none of it had light shined on it. The only thing they shine light on was he ordered the unaliving of him, and you know, this guy is this notorious gang leader who will have you eliminated in a blink of an eye, and he needs to be off the streets to make the streets of Chicago a better place. And like, that's all they highlight, man. Like, they never highlight all the stuff that Kanye highlighted in the luncheon with President Donald Trump, the brilliance of the mind of Larry Hoover, how it needs to be out in order to make the world a better place. They never did that, never tried to give him a chance. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about it down in the comment section. Like I say, along with that, if you haven't hit the like button by now, I'm gonna ask you to do it. Share it. If you haven't subscribed by now, you're wrong, but hey, that's on you. Last but not least, notification bell, keep you notified on everything I drop. Like I say, I'm going to start putting together a way that I can do a 30-day draw for the people that is liking and sharing these things, man. You know, we're going to make you eligible for Cash App, and we're going to try to do it every month. You know, that's all I got for y'all, man. With that, this is the greatest celebrity news channel on YouTube at this time, The Real Soda TV, as it is labeled down there. I'm your host, Soda, and I'm out.